Good day. Nick here.
Australian.
And we are excited to check out something brand new to the docket, if you will. This comes as way of request. Do I have the person's name on here? Yes, I do. This is Chips the Dog 1. Not to be confused with Chips the Dog 2. And this is how the giant tortoise got its name from QI. What is QI, you ask? Don't know. We're going to find out, but we love the request because we love checking out new stuff. It helps out the channel. It broadens our horizons, and I think you enjoy it as well. So everyone, let's give a nice silent round of applause for Chips the Dog. That's perfect. I love it. The joke that never goes away. And as we do so, please don't forget to
like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded video.
I actually do like that joke, though. It's funny because I thought it died, and then one of our kids did it the other day, or a couple weeks ago, whatever. I was like, yes, a round of applause. Here we schmizzle.
Why did it take 300 years to give the giant tortoise a scientific name?
A scientific name?
Yeah, i.e. the Latin name. It turned out to be called Geochelonia, you know.
Is it because they just thought that was pretty good, giant tortoise?
We'll leave it with that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, I was going to say something about which now is unusable. I'm going to have to say it now.
Go on, go on with it, man.
They thought...
That's better be
They
good.
thought it was a normal tortoise, but closer. It was what I was going to say. You see what I mean? But I couldn't get that concept. It's like, would it be actually further away? And a normal one further away would be actually a minute one. Would they mistake a quite far away normal one for a miniaturised one? That's a bit ordinary.
Yeah, but the thing that you're saying is that the tortoise
It's a further way. If they said...
I like it. Oh, go that way.
Yeah. If there was like a tortoise over there that was giant, but I for some reason thought it was just there, then I wouldn't think it was giant. I'd think it was just, oh, there's just one there. It was just a normal tortoise there, nothing about that. Oh my God, it's over there and it's there.
It has to be on a huge beach with no other points of reference.
Well, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Are they...
That's not the reason.
Are they particularly litigious? If you give me a name, I will sue you.
No, it wasn't that. It's a nice thought to get. No, they had another property which was most unfortunate for them to have.
What the tortoises did?
Yeah.
Or edible.
They were so edible. Anyone, I mean...
Anyone who saw one couldn't stop to think of a name for it. They just had to eat it straight away.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
I love what they're called. You just get one. They're really
There's no Latin name for the pistachio nut. The same way. No one can be bothered. Just shut up with your Latin. Eat them. They're brilliant.
no Latin name for Maltesers.
None of them It's kind of true. None of them made it to London. None of them made it to Europe.
This time, we're going to take it and we're going to London study it.
Leave it. No. I'm taking it back. Ferry coming into Dover. There's a bloke going. Leaving the door with a tortoise.
And a lot of stuff in my head, unfortunately.
I'm having a really hard time hearing them over the laughing. That's my problem. The laughing's so loud that I'm having a hard time hearing them.
Between 9 of them, we'll eat 8.
Everyone's looking at it.
The sea's become there's one tortoise left. Come on, sir. Come on, we'll go back. Let's just go back and get some more.
Imagine the moment after they've eaten that last tortoise. They're sitting there thinking, we are twats.
Even
I'm too full.
Darwin on Darwin's life. They were dozens. There were
He
dozens.
collected every species in the world.
Yeah.
He ate that one.
They had them all. They did.
I've done all that. I've done all the butterflies. I've done all the beavers. I'm eating that.
The only descriptions of them are comparing them to chicken, beef, mutton, and butter, and saying they're how much better they are than all of those things. No one who'd ever eaten tortoise had ever eaten anything better.
Why are they not
And the
farmed?
liver and the bone marrow, every part of it was unbelievably
Whereabouts
delicious.
are they from?
Well, from the tropics
Are
mostly.
there flights over there?
Now protected. All 12
They're
species.
that delicious, they can't be. Say, yeah, we're protected and they're all in there, no need to look.
Yeah, fine. There's a border around them, like North Korea.
Yeah. There's a big pile of shells, like those piles of tyres you see in a scrapyard.
But there were some that survived, however, and let me tell you about a very extraordinary
That
one.
bloke there, he's just befriending that one. Yeah, come over here, mate, pretty. I'm trying to think of a name for you.
But they are amazing animals, apart from how delicious they are. Adwaita died in 2006, and he was Clive of India's pet. There he is.
Oh, they're 200 years old or something.
255. He was born before Mozart, before the French Revolution, and his death was announced on CNN. I mean, that's a heck of a life.
And you could list his achievements on the back of a strap.
Well, what do you need to
Well, his
achieve
principal
that?
achievement is it wasn't.
He lived 255 years. People think probably the oldest living creature because they don't live so long out of captivity like most animals. And he was,
They
you
know how
well
old it
cared for.
was.
That is a pretty astonishing.
It is quite. So it lived 255 years and is massive. I mean, I've achieved 50% of that. That's great.
There are 12 species of them, all of them endangered. Well,
They
one.
all taste nice.
Well, I don't know, but it's very sad that they have so many were other species were, just wiped out just because they were so lovely. Not only that, they were also used as water stores. It sounds a weird thing, but they have a special kind of internal bladder that stores water so perfectly that it's drinkable. When you slit them open to cook them, you also get, like a gallon of fresh water.
Wow.
So they would stack them up on boats, tons of them. They'd be stacked up one on the other, and they couldn't move. And they didn't need to be fed for months, so that they actually contributed a lot to whaling and other things because they were used as a foodstuff and a water supply that was just kind of
So you've got the water as well, and imagine if you smash the shell open, there's like a little toy in there, like a Kinder. Like a little game, you've got to get the balls in the holes.
Yeah,
How do they exist in the wild anyway, if they're so delicious and slow-moving and massive and useful?
They didn't have any natural predators until man discovered them, basically.
So they were evolutionarily complacent.
They were exactly like a lot of island species. They're a lot like that, and it's only man who crosses islands in the way we do
Like all those
who does it.
ridiculous flightless birds on New Zealand.
Yeah,
Essentially, they got lazy.
yeah.
They got lazy. What's the point in flying? Now, some of them go, we'll need it one day. I bet we'll need it one day. Nah, you're too anal, you are. Just walk around, it's easier.
Yeah. Anyway, despite being discovered in 1535, giant tortoises weren't properly catalogued by science until the early 19th century because they were so delicious that no samples ever made it back home.
That is crazy. That animal was that good that they didn't bother doing the science thing about it.
I've never heard of people eating them.
Me neither.
That was new to me. I'm slightly intrigued what they taste like, but I am
Absolutely.
sad that they're so endangered because of that.
Well, I mean, there's so many animals where it's so sad that they're endangered. 99% of the reason is because of
humans.
mankind, for crying out loud.
Yep. Killing the whales, like so many different
Just
things.
like going nuts. Buffalo, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And just skinning them and leaving all
But-
the meat. That was Europeans when they came to America.
That was also Americans as well. But, especially in the western side of the United States.
Where did they come from, Nikolai?
Okay, their grandparents.
They weren't the natives.
Did you card them all for crying out loud? Did you get their ID? The thing that's crazy about, and so sad about the giant tortoise is, so like, according to what they're saying, they're so delicious, like beyond anything else you've ever eaten. And then you discover also they store an incredible amount of water. So you also have water for your trip. Like, now we're definitely not saving these guys. We are definitely going to... I just need to take a few with me. And then it said, like, they don't have to eat for months. How do they stay so big if they don't have to eat?
But we have a desert tortoise. I mean, it's the same thing. Sheldon. Okay, but he gets big. He doesn't get that big. He doesn't get that big. He can get that big.
We've been to this zoo before where they show, like, the elephant. They show, like, different types of animals. And they show how many hundreds of pounds they eat each day. And that tortoise can just rock it. He eats, like, a few beans and he's good. That's the line from Star Trek.
I know. That's crazy.
I love that line. But that was, I was completely lost the first few minutes, I'm not going to lie. And then I kind of understood. I thought they were asking, because he asked the question, why didn't they get their name till so much later?
Yeah.
So then they started making that joke. I wasn't sure if, like, this is like a joke thing that who can be funny or whatever.
Yeah.
But then they talked about, because they were so good. After we had paused it for that second, then I finally started to understand a little bit more about what this episode was and what the nature of the show was. And I did enjoy it.
But it's also when a lot of the laughing died down too.
Yeah.
I think that...
Well, you're right. Laughing was loud.
I don't know if the laughing was added in afterwards, if it was really the audience there, but it just needs to be lowered. Yeah. So
I would assume the audience was actually there.
Yeah.
Because you could easily control that.
Yeah, it's true. You just need to be able to hear the people better at the beginning. But that was funny. That was unique and different, and we learned.
I am surprised that you're not used to that loud laughter, because everywhere I go, it's just like laugh track.
If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Adios.